What's up, XRP Army? Thank you guys for joining this video for today. So let's dig in, guys. We have some interesting stuff going on. Ripple and Stellar mentioned an open regulated payment inter-network. So I want to show you this video, guys, and then we will dig into a long kind of thread where this woman, Molly Elmore, is talking about the fair market value of XRP, which is a very interesting read. And I want to go through it and show you all, guys, what this small group of people actually found. So it's going to be very interesting. Buckle up. It's a very long thread, so bear with me, but it's interesting. So you will find some very nice things in there. Let's start with this video, guys, where we see that they are talking about connecting banks together and creating this payment network. Let's take a look.
All of the existing networks. And this is kind of what it would look like. It's not a new system, but it connects existing systems. So no matter whether it is incumbents like Swift, Visa, MasterCard, or some of the newer networks like Ripple, Stellar, Celo, a payment should be able to go from one to another. So we see this happening in three phases. The first is account addressing. So this is a global directory that would allow you to address a payment in the same way you have an email address. The second is tokenized compliance, reducing or rather finding efficiencies in compliance to reduce the cost. And the third is real-time settlement of funds.
So very clear, guys. Right? Tokenized compliance, which means that everything is going to be tokenized. They want to move value from one address to another one, like you're sending an email. Again, this is what Brett Garlinghouse has been talking about for 5 years now, 6 years. He always said that this was their goal. And look now, we have a lot of banks, a lot of institutions talking like this, talking in the same way, with the same objective as Ripple. What is the fair market value of XRP? This question is more complex than it sounds and led a small group of people on a nearly 2-year journey, picking up more along the way to support the effort, a thread about our white paper to determine the fair market value of XRP. So let's dig in, guys. In December of 2020, the SEC filed a lawsuit against Ripple that led to a sell-off of XRP and subsequent decrease in market price. In the months that followed, G Valley noticed unusual details in the case that led him to wonder what was really going on. In Q3 of 2021, Jimmy and the team at Valuation Capital decided to send a proposal to the US Central Bank offering to sell their XRP and that others who wanted to participate at a substantially higher price than available on the exchanges. The point was to bring attention to the appearance of regulatory capture and a discussion around the implications, logical questions that arose. If the SEC had harmed retail holders through their lawsuit, how could one calculate the financial damages? How much did the lawsuit hinder adoption of the XRPL from its ability to realize its intended use case? If the potential use case had been reached, what would the value of XRP have been? This is when the concept of fair market value entered the discussion and how it differs from market value. Shortly after, Valuation Capital invited a larger group of people to come together. The goal was to unite, to create a plan to address the collusion and harm caused by the SEC. In the fall of 2022, the confidential committee formed a smaller valuation committee of people experienced in quantitative and financial valuations. 6 different valuation models were built over the span of several months. The valuation committee made the decision to share our findings along the way. This was because not all of the models were completed at the same time. So basically, it's not that easy, right? A lot of us just say like, okay, XRP should be like $10 or $100. Everyone is just shouting prices, but what is really driving the price up? So they came up with a couple of models, things that would drive price up and have an impact on mass adoption. So oddly, this decision brought substantial criticism. We were learning and publishing what we were learning on Twitter and YouTube as we went along. Some critics felt that we should have waited until we were done. Much to our surprise, the results of the first set of models led new people to step up and contribute additional models. This confirmed we made the right decision, contrasting the transparency of our process to build in public to the secretive back smoky room process being undertaken by our public servants at the SEC. The effort was expanding. The paper we have released today would have been quite different if we had waited to share what we learned. One misperception around this effort was the models that are price forecasts designed to mislead people or give retailers a dose of hopium. However, among the people who took the time to really understand the output from the models, the opposite conclusion became evident. The lawsuit cost a lot of people a lot of money, right? This is what it comes down to. The 6 models, which cover a range of specific scenarios, all show that the value of XRP would have been substantially higher than it is now. Now, the problem is, guys, this is not absolute, right? This is not 100% if you want to believe this or not. Correct, right? You can believe this, and there's also another side where this lawsuit was actually meant to be, and it was staged so it can have regulatory clarity instead of standing in its way of mass adoption. So there's 2 ways to look at it. It's this one and it's the other one, right? So you choose for yourself, guys, what you believe. In that timeline of events, the XRPL would have been unencumbered by the stigma and confusion around the classification of XRP. The range of stimulated output values from the 6 models is very wide. The dominant and connected variables have a powerful influence on the price. We refer to those variables as transaction value and store of value. Both are addressed in great detail throughout the paper. So here you can see, guys, they put a bunch of price valuations with different models and things. To our knowledge, no other analysis of this scope has been done in the digital asset space. A diverse team with a variety of professional backgrounds came together as volunteers to build a series of quantitative models to understand the value drivers for a digital currency. Now, as you can see, guys, this is the paper. You can read it for yourself if you want to really see what could have been the value of XRP, right? Because there's a lot of factors, there's a lot of things. What it comes down to is that they believe that the price of XRP should be around 3,500 and 30,000, something like that, which I read somewhere. But you can go to this paper and see what they really think about it, right? So it's more just like a hypothetical price valuation for XRP, which is very nicely done, right? This takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of work. And it's very nice built, as you can see, very professional done, not in a not in a bad way, right? There's a lot of people worked with this, so you can go and look for yourself. Very interesting. Gary Gensler expect to hear from Congress. The SEC is weaponizing their role to kill an industry, allowing a company to list publicly and then stonewalling their attempts to register is indefensible. Gary Gensler expect to hear from Congress. Now, the problem is they say this, guys, but it takes such a long time to actually put in some action. They have definitely they humiliated Gary Gensler for sure, right? But what is the action that they put? It's as if they are waiting for something, right? To do something, because they didn't do anything. They just talked, and yes, they put Gary Gensler in a very bad position. But what are the actions, right? This is taking so long right now. We are more than 2 years in this lawsuit and they still haven't done anything. They're just threatening him, but nothing happens. Which makes you think, guys, that they are also waiting for the right time. If a digital dollar existed, the Federal Reserve could instantly receive stimulus checks during a pandemic, plus the launch of cryptocurrency with actual use cases like XRP will expedite this process. The launch of new cryptocurrencies with actual use cases like XRP, the tokenization of ETFs, as we have talked about, right? They are interested in tokenization, guys. Tokenization means everything is digital, everything can be moved within instantly, and this is what their main goal is of these people, right? Dear Justors, this one's for you. We the people stand together for what's right. So thank you to each and every one of you that tagged Elon and Twitter Sport with the Crypto Law US video and or individually on your own. Elon and his team can use the XRP community as a shining example of what this platform can achieve. Absolutely, right? Like Twitter is the best place because why? It allows free speech. It is not censored. And the problem is with how they censor things is that you get just one part of an argument. If things are censored, for example, on YouTube or something else, you can't really understand the other side of the argument. While here, all these complaints that the community had against the SEC was actually heard, right? So now they cannot hide because it's all there. All these people are active and it's all there. Very interesting, guys. Let's see what happens. I can't wait for a verdict from Judge Torres. Thank you very much for watching the video, guys. See you in the next one. Cheers.